Hey, good morning. Today I have Syntec 400 watts continuous, 800 watts peak power inverter. Basically this takes 12 volts, converts it to 110. Item 61479. So it's a nice little compact design. You get two outlets and a USB. We'll check that to make sure it'll charge a phone. And this is where you hook up plus and minus. Now this particular one has a way to hook it into your battery. I don't really want to hook it into my battery, but if you wanted to, black to black, red to red, hook it into your battery. This would work just fine off of the solar panels that I did a while back. You could clip this directly into the system and hook something to it. 400 watts isn't very much. I want to install this in the car to charge my wife's scooter. And what that'll do is it'll allow me to hook this up, and every time the car comes on, this will come on, charge the scooter, and it'll work pretty much like your vehicle's charging system and keep the batteries in the scooter charged. Very small design. Most of the ones I've seen have a visible fuse. This one does not. That's a cause for at least minor concern. Do not exceed fuse amp draw for supplying circuit. Well, I don't know what the fuse is. The manual has a little table here. See, you can't run an air conditioner on this. A microwave is 1500 watts, additional 400 startup. A light bulb is 100. A hand drill is 600. Small refrigerator is 350, but it startup 700. A TV is 250. Let's say that's a small TV. Table fan is 400 and a stereo is 400. I think you'd be stretching it with a lot of this, but the charger will work off of 400. So this is actually a very small charger. I'm going to use it to charge batteries, and that's all I'm going to do. So here's the charger for that system. Okay, for demonstrative purposes, I went and got a battery out of our solar bank. Okay, so we'll take these off. And we'll put the red side on. So there we go. It has a light to tell you it's on and has an on-off switch. I would make sure that's off while I'm hooking this up. Okay, positive, negative. So it's on. So I saw that flicker. Okay, so it's on, but it detects that there's nothing to charge. So that's how basic this thing is. It's either on or it's off. You can plug in two things that are 110, or you can plug in a USB. So let's see if the USB actually charges. The reason I say that is it has to be an intelligent USB for most phones to use it. So we'll plug it in. And I have an old phone here. So let's plug it in. And it says charged. And it says it's charging. So it is smart enough to supply power to an iPhone. Very good. You go to the store and get some of those handheld battery packs that you use to jumpstart your car, and they have a USB port and it supplies power, but it doesn't supply intelligent power, which means your phone can't see it, know what it is, so it won't accept power from it. That works good. That's a plus. You can just barely see that red light's on. That's a sign that it can't find anything to charge. So I've got this set up. It works, supplies power, charges a phone, but I don't want to hook it up this way because I have no way to hook it up this way. I want this to be in the cabin, and my battery is under the hood, so I need to get something I can plug into a power port. The old cigarette lighters. So let's go find one of those. Okay, so it's working. I've tested the USB. Something plugged in works, but I don't like these. I want to take them off. That was this thing complaining it didn't have enough power. So I'm going to unhook everything. They are nice, but they're not what I need. I need this cable. This is going to allow me to hook into this and plug into a power port. Now I happen to have these from Ham Radio Gear. I'm sure you can get this on Amazon, but you can also stop by Pilot stores and Flying J, and they usually have some radio gear off to the side because a lot of truckers use CB radios. While they're not amateur radio, they operate on the same principles. There we go. Now I've got to find something to test this with. I'll give you a quick shot of this. There's the power port. That's the plug into it with, it's got an LED saying there's power coming out of that power port. I've got the car running. So I ran it over to the charger, the Syntec. Pretty basic setup. And it's on. And this is plugged into the front of the scooter into its charging port. Right here. Comes forward into the charger. Now if I turn the charger off, just the red light stays on. I turn it on. I saw that power light flicker just a little. And that is, I want to say it's orange. I'm not sure that that's orange, but that green, which just flickered green, that green means it's fully charged. So let's experiment. Turn it off. That allows time for the capacitors to discharge. This power supply looks like hell, but it's seen some heavy use. Okay, so let's turn it back on. Okay, that's on, and that's, I would call that an amber light, but I'm sure it's supposed to be orange. It's a multicolor LED because it turns green when it's fully charged. And there it turned green. So, we've proven that it works. What this does is when my wife goes out during the day and uses the scooter, when she puts it back in the car to come home, all you have to do is hook in the power port into the scooter, and the scooter will charge. Theoretically, that'll keep the lead acid batteries fully charged, just like your car battery. During cold weather, that'll protect them. So this will sit here. Paid about $32 for this, which I thought was a lot, but when I priced it somewhere else, it really isn't a lot. But it gives me peace of mind that my batteries won't become damaged by the cold if they're not fully charged. Now, if my wife would take a short trip, run the scooter down, take a short trip back home, that probably isn't going to fully charge the batteries, but this is the best I can do. I don't want them charging when the car isn't running because it's just going to kill my battery. And you got to appreciate what's going on here. We have a 12-volt battery and a 12-volt system for the car. It's coming in, being converted to 110 by the Syntec. This thing is taking in 110 and outputting 24 volts to the scooter because the scooter uses a 24-volt system. So there's a lot of conversion going on here, a lot of power loss. But it works and it'll accomplish my purpose. And at the end of the winter, batteries will still be just as good as they were at the beginning of the winter. So if you like the videos, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.